Hi there, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is me, Grace. For today's video, have you ever wondered why you keep on failing your ESL applications? So I'll be sharing with you some important things that you need to do before applying so that you avoid wasting your time. If you're interested, keep on watching. All right, let's start with our topic. It is about how to pass any ESL application. So if you are a beginner or if you are an applicant now, it's very important to know these things since we want to avoid wasting our time with failed applications. So first, we need to understand the company and its requirements. So make sure to do a research about the company, especially with the nationalities of the students that you will be teaching. As for me, for now, I prefer teaching Japanese and Korean students. It's just, based on my experience, it's easier to handle these kinds of nationalities. Though before I taught Chinese, Russians, Mongolians, Vietnamese, and other nationalities. Yeah, so for now, I feel comfortable with Japanese and Koreans. And also, you need to check the requirements, whether they need you to have a certificate. For example, we have TESOL or TEFL. It's important as an English teacher or as an ESL teacher, you really need to have these certificates. I think it's really cheap online, and I also have a video about on how to get your TESOL certificate. So you might want to check it out. And know the platform. Of course, it's important to know what kind of teaching platform the company that you are applying for is using. Whether they are using Skype or Zoom or what else. I have heard about ClassIn for Chinese companies. So make sure that you know how to operate or you know how to handle the class using that platform. So I think that's the first. And the second one is you need to prepare a strong resume and cover letter. Though not all companies ask for a resume and a cover letter, but some companies they do ask you. So you need to highlight relevant experiences related to what you are applying for, related to teaching. And you need to use keywords that, if they're looking for someone with an experience, you need to use the keyword experience. So make sure to match what they are looking for to what you have, especially your experience. And include a professional profile picture, of course. So in your profile picture or on your resume, you need to look good. It is important to show professionalism even in your picture. So I want to show you my sample resume. So I just made this one using Canva. So you can just see my profile picture. I just took that one using my smartphone and my name and a little information about me. You should also put your smartphone number, your email, your location, and then your education, the latest one. And then your certifications, of course, which are very important, and the languages that you are speaking. You can also include your interest. So just a very simple resume, but with a professional picture, it can really, attract the employers as well. So that's it. And let's proceed to acing the initial interview. Of course, you cannot ace the initial interview if you are not prepared. I recommend you to do some research about possible interview questions so that you will not be very nervous. And it's like going to a battle prepared. Yes, when I was still in rare job, before I was able to work in rare job, I of course had the initial interviews, blah blah blah. So I did a lot of research. I collected some possible questions on YouTube, and to be honest, almost all of the questions, were asked to me. So what if I didn't do a research? So it will really make a big impact if you know prepare the possible questions, and of course you need to have possible answers, right? And of course, again, dress professionally. If you have like an upper wear with a color, you can wear that one. Be in a quiet, well lit environment, it's a very common requirement. And of course, show into enthusiasm and energy. So when you are in the interview, you need to smile. Your voice should be modulated. Don't shake your voice, because remember, that is also a person like you. You don't have to be very nervous at all. So you just have to show confidence, but not overly confidence. Okay, so just a balance of everything: the professionalism, the confidence, the preparedness, and I'm sure you will pass your initial interview. Then you need to demonstrate your teaching skills in the demo lesson. So some companies will ask you to have a demo lesson. Then you need to follow the company's lesson plan. Yeah, they will give you time to prepare. Then use the time to prepare and get familiar with the lesson plan of the company. Follow that one. And you need to show good classroom management. Make sure to utilize the chat box, and make sure to greet the student and build rapport. And when you are in the middle of the class, check for student understanding if the student is following you. And then you need to manage time wisely. Usually, the class is good for 20 to 25 minutes. Then make sure to end the class on time. Start the class on time and end the class on time. Make sure also to correct the students' mistakes using the chat box, following the template that company is using. I think it's very important to pay a lot of details when it comes to following the company's templates or the company's lesson plans, because they can really know that you did spend time studying or preparing, especially using their materials. I think that's it for audio classes. Yeah, I think you just have to manage the time well. Use the chat box, because it's an audio class. The students cannot see you, so you really need to utilize the chat box. You can send pictures if it's needed, and you need to correct the students' mistakes according to, again, the template that the company wants you to use. So that is for the demo lesson. I am sure that you will pass the demo lesson if you get familiar with the topic. Yeah, the topic that they give you, and also the parts of the lesson plan. Yeah, I think that's it. Just make sure to prepare. Next, you need to emphasize key qualities in the application. So if you're applying for a video class, you need to be prepared. Your background, it should be presentable. You should use gestures if you can. You should smile. For audio classes, you should, of course, show that you have good pronunciation skills. And then you need to have adaptability. If the students are beginners, intermediate, or advanced, you need to be able to connect with them. It's like you show flexibility, like you can handle even different kinds of levels of students. And then, of course, be sensitive when it comes to culture. So it's very common not to talk about politics, religions, what else? About salary, about relationships with students. And we are still in the application process. Of course, having that kind of knowledge about culture is very important. since sometimes it will be included in the interview questions. So we really need to be sensitive about those things, since we are teachers and we are professionals. We need to show our students that we are. Then we have to showcase technical readiness. So as I have said millions of times, we need to have a stable internet connection because we are teaching online. We have to have good quality equipment like a web camera if you're teaching video classes, a high quality headset with a microphone if you're teaching audio classes, and what else? Even for your monitor and for your CPU, you really need to have those in good quality, not really very high quality, but good is enough. As long as they're functioning well, it's good to go. And of course, you need to be familiar with the teaching tools. What teaching tools do we have? For example, as I have said, Skype, Zoom, we have ClassIn. I don't know how to use that one, but I don't have any plans to learn. And sometimes the company has its own teaching platform. So they use like a website. So make sure to familiarize that kind of platform before having your actual classes. So it will help you a lot. And then you need to follow up and stay positive. So after the interview, of course, show positiveness. You need to smile and say thank you to your interviewer. And if you can send a thank you email for their time having you as their interviewee. And of course, stay confident and patient. So you just have to wait for, the response. Sometimes it will take a week. So it's my experience. When I applied at tutoring, it took them a week to reply to me. And I really thought that I didn't pass. But you just have to be patient. And you just have to stay positive and be ready in case you pass the application. You have to be ready that you have to be ready, because I know that after that you will start teaching. You just have to gear yourself up. I think that's it. I hope that all of the things that I have shared in this video are helpful to you. And I hope that you will pass any applications that you have right now. I believe that if you follow some of my advice, you will definitely pass. And if you have some questions and clarifications, please leave your comments in the comment section below. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you in my next one. Thank you so much, and God bless.